Hello and welcome to a game of Dune Imperium. So for those who don't know what this is, it's a board game basically as a PC game. So I own the board game myself and it's one of the best I ever played. So I also bought the online version to play via Steam. And yeah, what we want to do today is we are going to play an online game, a ranked game here, which the queue is almost finished now, so we can dive into them. So I have to just wait a bit, and I'm going to skip forward in a second. But so I'm going to explain how the game roughly works and what I do. But of course, it will be overwhelming for those who do not know the game, but maybe it makes you interested and you want to play on your own. Maybe. If not, just enjoy the video and, well, I'm going to definitely have fun here. And yeah, let's see you in the draft in a few minutes when the queue is finished and I got a match. And then let's see how it goes. Okay, here we are and we have to choose our starting leader. We got lucky that we are the first, but it means that we are going to do our turn last. And I have to decide what I want to do. I do like to play Atreides, either Paul or Duke. The Duke itself. The House Torvald is also pretty awesome. So either... Let's go... No, let's go House Torvald here. I do like to play them. They're a bit more complicated, but so the 3 dots here means that the complexity of the leader is higher. And the reason for this is like how these traits of the leader that we play are working with each other. We do have a card, which has a benefit, and we do have a trait, basically. And yeah, so the game, we are going to see it in a second. So now we just have to wait until the others have selected, and then I'm going to show the game board and explain what we are doing and what's going on there before I explain all the icons on the screen. So there's some stuff already revealed here, but I'm going to go into that in a second. Okay, here we are, and it's a bit weird. This is the shortcut of starting OBS is also the shortcut for opening the tech view. So, the bot game here, which is basically your run-to-run translation of what you play on your table when you play it. It's a 4-person game. Ideally, you play this as 4th. And it's a kind of worker placement and deck building game. So you have a kind of actions here on the game that you can do to get resources. You do have spice, solari, which is money, water, and later you also have specimen as a resource, and you do have some kind of special cards like these intrigue cards later. And yeah, what do we do now? So we have to make our first move, and what we can do, we have 2 workers here, or 2 agents that we can do an action with, and we can only do the action that for which we have cards. So for example, the signet ring here allows us to do certain actions. And what I'm going to do here, let's think about it. We can get water here, and then we could do something like this. We could, let's, or we do go into money. We also can get a victory point here, so let's do it. We don't have the symbols for this, though. Okay, I have to make my move, else the time will tick in a second. I either want to go here to get the money. I could also go here to get the water, then I don't need to use the signet ring for this action. I could like to do this one. Yeah, the time is running. I have to really make a quick decision now. I think I'm going to do this one here, get some money going. There we go. End my turn. Now, we got some money now. We have 2 solari. With 2 solari, we can do the green actions over here. This one costs 5. This one costs 2. This one costs 8. This one costs 3. We can get another agent here for 8 money. So that we have a 3rd action we can do each round. What we want to achieve to win is we have to get 11 victory points. Victory points are these planet kind of symbols. You can see them, for example, here on the board. There are victory points you can get, or everybody can get. You can buy a card later for a victory point. And there are other victory points distributed around the game. Like here, we can fight each other in a second. I'm going to show that when it's my turn again. So whoever wins the skirmish this round, so every round, so there are 10 rounds, and every round is a skirmish. So we took money now, because the money would allow us to, for example, buy the Mented here, which will get us, we can draw a card from our deck, and we get a Mentat, which is a temporary agent, so we have one more action in this round. So basically we trade money for an additional action and a new card. So if I use my signet ring here, we also get 1 water, because that's the trait of my Countess Ariana Thorvald here, because that's the special ability from my house. We would get 1 water resource if we use the ring for an action. And I'm going to do this here. So we get water, and we can now draw a card from our deck here. And we got a dagger card. So now we have 1 more action than the others, which is a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. We can now consider what we want to do as a third one. So we don't have water anymore, we don't have spice yet, because spice we can only get here, for which we would need water. We could, for example, consider to do a spice action here next turn to get 3 spice. Actually, we wouldn't get 3 spice, because our special ability is as well is that if we get spice, we gain 1 less and draw instead a card. So it's again our turn already. So it's very quick in the beginning. So we can either go for spice. It's highlighted what we could do. As we can see, we don't have a lot of options anymore. We could also do this one, and I'm going to do this. So we can go here. We're going to draw 2 cards. So here we go. We got 2 times the dagger, which is going to be important in a second. We can get a research. So we go on this track 1 forward here, and then afterwards we can decide which path we want to take it. We get a resource for this, which is a specimen, which we didn't explain yet. And now I can deploy troops as well into the skirmish here, because there is a crossed Chris knives or whatever icon. And I'm going to deploy 2 of my troops here, confirm. The problem is we are going to make a draw, most likely, with yellow here. So because with the daggers later, I'm going to have 6. There's a symbol. So what I'm going... Cards have 2 effects. The upper effect is when you play them as an agent. And the lower effect is when you reveal them at the end of your turn. So whatever you didn't use, you get everything that is at the bottom, for which you can, for example, buy resources or whatever. So we can now decide we could get, if grafted, get a science action and a cube, or get a scientific breakthrough here. I think I'm going to take the espionage first here. Let's see what's behind this. I would like to get the scientific breakthrough later as well. Yeah, let's keep it like this for now. No, we still have to buy a card over here. We can get a card. Spiritual favor. We can get an immediate research action. I think I take this one here, because I want to go deep into science. So we get the research action, we go this way, so we progress on this bar here towards 2 victory points. There we go, and there we go. 1 point towards the goal here. And then I'm going to not buy anything else. Resources do not disappear after the turn. So now the round is over. There. Already complaining that I take too long. Yeah. I have to play faster here. Okay, so the next conflict will be influences on this bar. So you can go up here to get victory points, for example. you can only get these points by doing actions in these factions, or you can, yeah, or you can get resources if you only get second place, for example. So now we have to consider what we do next here. We have 2 money again. We need to save up for 8 eventually, for which we either have to go here and get money like from this track here, or we have to do something like this where we trade with the Empire here to get resources. We do have 1 card which allows us to go here. It's not great, to be honest, but big question is, what do we do? We could do another research action here. I do like the thought of that. And I know we wasted our water. Alright. We don't have water anymore. So this one is gone as well, so we can't go there. So let's go here. Yeah, let's get the water there. Then we can get spice, if it's still available then. We also commit 1 troop. And end the turn. So we got 1 water here from the action we did, and we got 1 influence here because we interacted with the factions on the left side. So if you made 2 interaction with the Fremen here, this is the Fremen, this is the Bene Gesserit, this is the Guild, and this is the Empire. So we would get a victory point towards 11, so we are currently at 1, when we reach 2 influence here. We also get, what I'm aiming for, 2 victory points if we progress to the right side here of this research tree. And also, then we have to somehow find some more of these, whatever the symbol is. Lilacs research symbols, whatever. And that's why I want to do the research action next, to progress on this bar further here. So we would go here, get 1 here, get a card or another resource. We can talk about that in a second. And we get a cube as a resource here as well. And we do have, at the start of your turn, you can draw a card. I'm not going to use that. No, actually I'm going to use this. Decline. And now I'm going to do this action here. We are only going to get 2 spies because that's our ability, so we always draw a card instead. We do the research, go here, get 1 more on the progress track here, and then we can draw a card and end our turn. And now we pull the signet ring again. Okay, so we do have a kind of intrigue or trap card here. So in a combat with these conflicts here, we could, if we have a faction alliance, so one of those is allied to us, we could get for 2 spies up to 7 of these swords here, combat strength, to win a fight. It would be nice to have, but we do not have an alliance here, and we are not going to win this at all. So the Harkonnen here are going all in to get these rewards here, choose 2, so they can pick 2 influences here, which is really nice. We have to still get more cash though to get towards our next worker. As we can see here, Green already has gone in this direction. I think he was able to go here 2 times already, therefore get 5 money and so on, and therefore somehow get this unlocked, which is really nice. And yeah, he's okay. Now we have to reveal here, and we have 4 cubes here, so I'm going to take this card because we can trash it later for a victory point. There we go. And we do have 5 points here. I'm going to take the power play to get 2 influences somewhere, and there we go. What is that? What got unlocked here? Let me see. This one is if grafted. Okay, no, we don't want that. So this game, or this one here is relatively fast paced, as we can see. I have to do a lot of decisions and also talk about my decisions all the time, which is a bit stressing, I have to say, but it's interesting. So this card is not really in our interest because we are not designed currently to go into military that hard. Instead, I work on influence and tech so that I get the two victory points here. That's what I want. And then I also want to work on influence here. So we can see here, oh, we got second place even with 3 combat. Nice, we got a water for this and 2 money. That's 2 more money towards our next agent. That's awesome. I'm taking that. So we only need 3 more until we can afford this one. So the big question is, what can we do to do this? And now we have the... we need to graft it. And we don't have a graft card yet. Right, so we needed to... We need to get a graft card here. Okay, I have to make a decision quickly. So what do we do? I think we are going to continue with the research. We do have 1 water, but this one isn't worth it. So instead, I'm going to go here. So we get 1 money, and we can go here, which we could next turn translate into more money if we want to. So we went here, we got another research action for this, so we can progress 1 more tile, which is more or less the faster progression here. And turn. Okay, what do we do now? We have 1 more money that we would need to do this action, and we don't really have that currently, and we do not have the action to go here, which is a problem. We could still use this one here just to get another card to draw one. We have 5 points to buy. We could, for example, go here, waste 2 money. Oh, we just got the 8th money. Nice. So plans have changed because someone used this action. So then he gets 5 and everybody else gets 1. And this way we just got to 8. And we can now see that Render will try to do... So, what is that? Yellow. We'll try to do this action as well, but we are going to be faster. And green already has the 3rd one. And you can only do every action once per game here, or per turn. No, round. Until everything gets resetted. So this is really in our benefit here now. I think I'm going to go here with the dagger, because we don't have an army anyway. So there we go. We get our 3rd worker, so we can have another action later. We are running out of cards though. And we still need a card that we can graft with this guy here. So this one has graft on it. This one does not, which is a problem. And these ones here, which we can buy, also do not have graft. But maybe something gets revealed. Ooh, 4 humanity from the Bene Gesserit. We would get 1 influence every time we play this. Ooh, this is a really strong card. Can we get to 7? Can we get to 7? No, we can't. No, we can't. There's no chance we get to 7 here. We have to play a card. That would be -1, so we would be at 4. No. Even if we draw... we can draw 2 with this guy. So if we go here... No, we can't go there. We only have a green card here. That's a problem. We could go here, though, and then we have a reduced technology cost. Technologies we didn't look at yet. Ooh, we could get the Holer projectors here for the spies we own. Not sure if that's worth it, though. Not going to take the Dreadnought here. A Dreadnought bonus. Holer projectors. I'm not 100% sure how they work, because I'm not sure what that symbol here is. Like, do we have to tap a card to draw a card? That would be a bit weird, but it's okay. So you could, for example, get rid of one of the unnecessary ones. The green is now stalling currently, probably thinking long. So if we go here, we get 1 buy again, we draw a card. It could work out. If we get lucky and we draw a +2 card. So let's see what we get. No, we don't. And now we could... Let's buy the holo projector here. I have no idea how that works. Let's try it out. We have one... Okay, we have to throw one in the discard pile and then... No, we're not going to do this. So end turn. We just accept that we only have 6 here. So it's sad, but the chances that we would... no, there's no card with 2 anyway. So that wouldn't work. This way we at least get the resource here, the green cube. Which means we could, for example, buy... we could get the chair dock here. Because this one has graft. Unless someone else buys one here and reveals something else. Let's see what happens here. But I think I will be the first one to... Oh, they used their special action. Yeah, okay. The Helena Recheese is not blocked on green and blue symbols. So they could go here, the same spot where we go. Oh no, here they went to get the next... Ah, that was of course very tricky. They could have blocked us, but we couldn't block them. That was a good move by them. Really good. As we can see here, we are still on 1 victory point, so we are behind currently, but it's not to worry about. It's until 11, so we still have a lot to go here. And we do have 6 buy power. We can look into cards we can buy here. The occupation would be awesome. It's a really strong card. You get military strength, you get a lot of stuff, a lot of symbols you can use. I think I want the local fence here. Ooh, or we get the carryall that just appeared. Oh, these are all nice here. So reveal. Do I want to get this one? I think I do. There we go. And I'm going to put that... Yeah, I'm going to put that on the top of the deck. And now I'm going to buy either the carryall for more spice or the local fence. Let's get the local fence, it's more flexible. And then I have 3 left, and we take the shifting alliances, definitely. So, and turn. So what we just bought is the shifting alliances allows us to reduce one of our influences, pay 2 spice on top of it, and increase another influence by 2, which is massive. So you trade 1 for 2. The limitation of this game is always the actions that you can do. You will always be short on to-dos to make points and get resources. So you will always limit it in actions, and therefore the more efficient the actions are that you can do, the better it is for you. And what we now want to hope for is that we get the scientific breakthrough and the chair dock in the next draft of cards here. Ideally also the power play, because then we have this out of the way. And maybe even the signet ring, so that we can have 1, 2, 3 actions here. We still have 1 water. So we can consider with the signet ring what we might want to do with that. We still need spice though. But we could get spice from here if we want to. And we still need a lot of influence. We are currently just here and here. But we are going to get from the power play here, we get 2 influences at once. And we have to carefully consider where we want to put that. Okay, someone is lagging behind here. So it would be, for example, very tempting to go into the Fremen here. To get more water and then try to get the alliance here. Maybe. We do need water for more spice eventually. We definitely want spice to do actions with them. Okay, someone nuked the cardboard here. So we can take a look at it. So new cards are here. There. Someone was doing stuff. And this one is interesting, the Guild Administrator. You can destroy cards from your deck, which is good, because then you have a faster rotation through the good cards, if you can get rid of bad cards. That's the part of deck building everybody loves. Ideally, I do need 2 influence on the guild to do this action, which requires us to have 2 influence. Because then we can go here and then go back. That would be ideal. Because then we get both of the rewards here. Okay, we are not in the siege here, so they are fighting it out. The treaties are winning. We get the victory point from it. And the board is reset here. Okay, we got the... Oh, we got exactly what we wanted here. The question is just, in which order do we play it? Do we get the water so that we can go for spice afterwards? Or do we go into the guild so we can go for the shipping? I think we go for the guild. So we go here. We get a card from this, a one-time... Alright, that was the other one. Okay, we are going to... I'm going to do it like this. Let's see how it works. I'm not going to do this action here as of now. Ah, okay, we should have grafted the other one here. I know this one isn't graftable. Sorry. The graftable card is still in here. Oh, no, it's still in the discard pile. Here. Ah. Bad, bad, bad. That was a mistake to play this, but it doesn't matter. So we got the guild now, which means we could go here if it's still available. And we want to use the scientific breakthrough for this so that we also get the science advancement here, so that we can go to probably here. And then I'm leaning towards here and then here, because we don't have the money to do 7 money for 2 of these lilac symbols. It would be nice to get the influence here, but we can't. Apparently we are hanging on him currently. Apparently it's called roping, if it takes forever. So if we... This would be ideal, if we can get this one. But if we don't, if someone else goes there, we have to make an alternative plan. We have 2 actions left. We can get water with the signet ring. So that would be something like we could go into one of these actions here. And then see what is left afterwards. Don't go here. Oh, thank God, he didn't go there. So we are going to go with the scientific breakthrough here. So let's go. We get a research symbol, so we go here. We get the... so we also advance now. Then we recall. We get the symbol here. We get... I think I want the 5 money here. Because we can then buy these things here. We get 1 influence for free. Which should be... Let's go on the... Fremen. No, let's go in the Empire here. So that we also get the victory point here. So we are in 3 as well. We get 2 new armies here. We can't trash the card yet for a victory point because we do not have... We are not on the last row. If we reach the last row, then we can trash the card for a victory point because we have researched on the Tleilaxu branch everything we can. We are close to this already, so not for long. And we have that. So we have one more action to do. We could go here. If we want to. We could also go here and get involved in the fight here. Okay, this one just got taken, so that's no longer an option. If we do this action, we have 3 water in the next turn. Which would be a lot. That would open up a lot of options. And we currently see that they do not have a lot of armies on the ground here. So it's 1, 0, 0. And they do not have a lot of actions left. So let's snack this one before someone else does it. Or we go here. Oh, we can't do this action because we are not on... So we can only go here. Here or here. Let's get the intrigue card to see what else we can get. Okay, and we're going to deploy 2 units here. That should be enough. Confirm. And end turn. Yeah, we could have still used our technology, but... yeah, we could have rotated quicker through our deck this way. But for example, in the next turn, we are going to have the dagger in our hand, and this one is a perfect card to rotate out with the technology, with the Holer Projector here. So that we don't have to use it. Okay, now, we have 3 points now. The game is going to accelerate quickly now. We are already in turn 4 of 10. Usually the game ends around 8 or 9, then it's over. So it will get quicker pretty fast now. So we are going to get 1 victory point here pretty soon. So in the next turn, most likely. Then we also get some spice as a reward for this when we are the first. I hope we can do this. So 2 more research actions to get there. Or we need 3 cubes, then we can trade that into one of that symbols as well. And what do we have here left? Nothing. We are going to get 1 cube here. And of course we ideally still hope for something else. Let's see how everything works out. This one is a nice one, so we can get one of these intrigue cards. But we don't have... we have 1 buy point here. So, reveal and turn. 1 buy point is, of course, terrible. Okay, let's think about it. So we are going to get these 3 cards here. So this one is more or less a bad idea to use. So we want to get the cube from this. Diplomacy has all symbols. So we could decide to go somewhere here. So we have 2 here, 2 here, 1 here. If we get into the top bar, we would also get another victory point if we are leading here. So we can see that yellow is going for the Empire. We can see that green is going for the Fremen and most likely as well the Bene Gesserit. We could try to handle the guild here. Or we get into the Bene Gesserit long term as well. If we get some spice, we can do this action here, which would be nice. Or we do this action here to get a card. But this one is relatively low efficiency, so there is a lot of better stuff we could do. We could also do another one of these ones here if we have the symbols. Here we have this one, but so most likely we are going to... no, we are not going to win the fight. As we can see here, he went to 7. So we are going to be second place. We are going to get an intrigue card and 2 money. So we should probably buy ourselves a high council point. From then on, we have 2 more buying power every turn. The Mentat will be gone because it's a reward in the fight. So we can, sorry, we can pass. I forgot. And we could also buy at Red Knot. Yeah. But we don't have the spice to buy a technology again. Huh. Ah, there's the Pole Space card. Ooh. This is a good one. We can get an influence for free here. Okay, let's see what do we have. We have the dagger here. Okay, what do we want? We want to get 2 spies. So we could get 3 here because we always get 1 less. For which we would need to use a yellow action there. So that would be the Pole Space card if we want to. And then we could go to the Bene Gesserit one. Ouch, that was a very strong combination that he just did there. He gets 2... Yeah, he just went to the alliance with the Fremen in one go. That was a very strong move. Yeah, I think we have to get the spies here. Or we do this one. I do like the thought of this one more than the... Because then we can do Bene Gesserit afterwards. And then we have still an action left. But using the fold space for this action is a bit of a waste. Oh, we could also go here. Then we don't need to waste the water. Ha! So we can go here and immediately retract again. Or we go here and do it next turn. What is there to draw though? Ooh, shifting alliances. We definitely need spies now, urgently. Because if we draw that one... If we draw shifting alliances, that would be awesome. So now what we're going to do is we are going to get rid of the dagger here. And we just pulled a new dagger. Great. So... Oh, we can use this one. We go here. Or here. No, let's go here. So we do research. Go here. We deploy units. We just deploy the one we got. We can draw a card. We can get rid of one of our cards here. Which is going to be the Alliance one. And we can draw a new one for this. Awesome. Okay, we can use that to pimp a card, which we should be careful with. And now we make a turn. Okay, now we have 3 spies. We do have a lot of symbols available. Ideally, we use the fold space now for the Bene Gesserit. Because then we get rid of it and we draw a new one. But then we still have 1 more action left. But we might be able to draw shifting allegiances. That would be awesome. Where are we currently? Oh, don't tell me he just wins this one. Oh no, it's red turn, not green. Can we... Maybe we have to do this one first. To secure the 2 spies here. Giving that up would be too good. So we go here and then here. So we would risk... If we pull this one, that would be a waste. If we draw this one. Ooh, he went here. He just bought 5 armies and 2 water. And goes more or less all in here. Yeah. So he has a lot of armies now. Yeah. Yeah, we should secure this one. We should. So we go here. We advance 1. And then we go 1 more, and then we can, next round, we can go back here and get all of those rewards. Then we research, go here. So we are now through the board here, so we know we don't need to do the research actions anymore. If we have a research icon, we will draw a card instead, which is also awesome. So we have now 4 victory points. We can now do this action here, we should. And we are going to buy... Let's buy a Bene Gesserit influence here. There we go. So that we are everywhere at 2. And turn. So we still have this one, which we don't need. We still have this one, which is a useful one, just in emergency cases that we have, that we can add that to a card so that we can play one of the faction symbols here. We have the Fold Spies left, so we would go for the Bene Gesserit still. Yeah, it's risky. If we get shifting alliances, that would be a waste, but because then it ends up in the discard pile. But getting the Bene Gesserit influence now is definitely a good idea. So let's talk about victory points. What can we do? So we have completed this board and we are here. We would need 3 more to get a second one. This is not necessarily a good idea unless we do have a good run for this to get these kind of things. We can get them by, for example, buying this effect here where we can trade 3 specimen into one of these research tokens. But that's not necessarily anything we should chase right now. So we have 4 victory points as of now. Nobody can steal those. We can get 1 more here on the Fremen bar and 1 more here on the Bene Gesserit bar, which means we would be at 6. We want to get the Bene Gesserit alliance and we would be at 7. That's still far away from 11 though. So we would need to, for example, buy the card for 9 purchasing power to be able to get a victory point here. Or we get something in the intrigue cards which provides us with a victory point. So Atreides here is going hard on the victory conditions here. So we want to get like something out of it if we can. And now the Bene Gesserit is still open, so let's take it. We get a card. We get an influence. We can destroy a card, which is going to be the dagger here. And then we can pull 2. And of course we pulled the shifting alliances and the local fence. Ah, come on. The worst case. I wanted these 2 to stay around for the next. Ah, come on. Because now... I mean, it's okay. This is okay, though. But we again don't have a graph. Oh, we can graph these 2. Nice. We can graph these 2 in the next turn. Then we get another draw card here because we can't research anymore. And we get a cube for it. So this is really nice because then we can rotate through our deck really quickly. And we do have 9 purchasing power, so we are going to buy a victory point here. Okay, I'm taking everything back. This worked out more or less perfectly here. So we can buy to 6 points now. And in the next So the next goal for us will be the alliance with the Fremen and trying to secure the alliance with the Jesuit. Or maybe still the guild here. Maybe. And the shifting alliances will be awesome if we later have something to trade in regards to influences. If we have somewhere more than 2, but we can't get the alliance anymore, then we can trade it around. That's our goal here, so that we can secure maybe at least 1, maybe 2 alliances with one of the factions here. We definitely want at least 1. If we don't manage that, we definitely made a mistake here. So instead of a victory point, we could also buy something else here, but there is nothing I see that would be worth it. The researcher here is nice in the beginning, but it's wasted now. And yeah, we are going to buy a victory point here. That's awesome. Yeah, we got 2-2, so these are, of course, worth a lot here. We also still have 7 money, which we can dump into this action here, which we should, so that we always have +2 purchasing power. Because then we only need to have 7 in our deck here in the future to buy the victory point, which is easier to do. So we are going to be, at the end of turn 5, we are going to have 6 victory points. So we are more or less halfway there at the half point of the game. I think that's a pretty solid thing. Also, we are leading. It doesn't mean that we are winning there. And we can get 1 more influence here. I forgot about that one as well. We are going to take spice here. I don't like this. So we're going to reveal. We do have 9 purchasing power, so we buy the spice must flow. Get a victory point and our turn. And it's over. So 7 money would be perfect for these 2 actions, if we can get them. We could also go for a technology there. So if we get this one, and we can do 2, so 1 up, all down, we would get a discount of +2. Ooh, we could get 2 influence here. For 4 spice, we do have that. But we are not going to be starting player. Start player will be here. So we are 3rd in line. Which makes it unlikely that we get the action here. But if this one gets taken, then we have a decent chance of getting demented here. Do we get 2nd? Yay, we get 2nd. Nice. So we all get, no, we get 3rd place. Because we both had the same strength here. But it's still 1 more spice into... Ooh, another victory point. So Atreides will probably go again into this pretty hard. So we get the... We have the graft combination here. Ah yeah. It was obvious that shipping would get taken immediately. 2 influences for... This one would be really nice though. Okay, let's consider what we have here. So we would get 2 cards from this one. And a cube. Another cube later when we do not use this one. But we don't want to do this action immediately. We want to do this later in the turn. So we want to use the signet ring first. Or we go here first. Okay, Atreides just took the Fremen alliance. The others do not have that much money. Vendo only has 6, so he could do that action. But he has that already. So we don't need to do this. We could go for... Does that work? If we go... Yeah, we can grab these together. Yes. And then we get everything we want here. We get 3 straws. That's exactly what I wanted here. We got the Spice Mouse Floor card. Okay, and now I want to choose one card to discard. I'm going to discard the worm here because we don't need that one. And how does that work? Ah, yeah, we got Shifting Alliances. Nice. I just had to click that away. So. We don't really have anything to shift, though, yet. We have 5 spies. We have 3 more actions we want to do. We definitely want to get the High Council now, so that we definitely can buy the next victory point. But nobody else can buy it currently, so we don't have to do this now. Instead, we could go Bene Gesserit. This is all very tempting. Okay, he got Empire. I'm going to let him have Empire here. We could get an Intrigue card here. Oh, this is very complicated right now to decide what the best action is. We use the ring for this one. No, we go Bene Gesserit, then we do use Shifting Alliances for this one. This is complicated. Let's do Bene Gesserit first before someone steals it. So here we go. We destroy the Spice Mouse Flow card. We keep the victory point. And end turn. We don't really need this one. We also still have this one here, so we could do a yellow action as well. So we could send this one here. Ooh, yeah, I see a plan. We get 1 random influence here. And we can... So we go... No! We should have done that one. So we have to do it. Okay, we have to plan a bit ahead now. We are going to reduce... We could use this card. To play this here. Oh no, they all have too much money now. So let's go. We use this one here. Get the +2 buying power. We use our effect here. We go down at Bene Gesserit. And we go up in the guild. This will pressure the other factions to get this one. But in the end, we are aiming for this one. So probably someone will overtake us here. Okay, and turn. We are going to have 1 more action now. We can use the ring. We have 1 more spice. We can use the dispatch and envoy on the ring to go here. to get one more influence on the Bene Gesserit. We still need one on the Fremen here, but that's fine. And we would get another intrigue card. It's not really worth it though. But it's the best way to get score on her. And prevent the others from getting it. Or we go here and get this victory point and a water, then we have 2 water, and we could do next turn this one, for example, to get 2 more cards and 3 cards actually, because the research actions are now draw cards. Yes. We also have 3 cubes. So we are going to probably use that on reclaimed forces to get one of that symbol here. Then we would be here. I don't know how to get the last 2 though. That would be... Is there something like a card here that gives us these kind of symbols? No, there isn't. Vendor again. Probably going to annoy Red. That he takes forever. Oh, that must be annoying. You have 8 and you can't buy the Rome here. Ah, okay, he has the intrigue card to solve that problem. Lucky him. So we will be at 8 already. Atreides will get another victory point from winning the battle here. Ooh, what's this? Enemy agents don't block your agent this turn. Ooh. And draw a card and draw intrigue. I think this is more tempting than trying to get here. Which is an investment we don't know how to finish. So we're going to reveal. No, we still have an action, right, sorry. We are going to dispatch an envoy here. And then we go... Let's get the Fremen out of the way, so that we don't have to bother with that track anymore. We'll get the Fremen influence, get the water, and now we can end turn. We have 8 victory points. With buying, we have 9. So that's already a lot. We are very close. So maybe we can win next round. Okay. If we can get the Bene Gesserit alliance. So we buy this one. We buy this one. We put this one on the top of the deck. And we don't buy anything here. No. Because we don't want to get more stuff into our deck. Oh, did Red leave the game or what? Ouch. This is dangerous. So you can make 3 victory points here if you can spend money and spies at the... when this happens. So ideally we have to win this turn as well. We do have money for the Mentat here. We don't have the spies to get here. Oh, we have the infiltrator. We can get a victory point here from using this card, right? We're going to do this. Question is where. Probably we use this one. Then we have 10 victory points. Do we want to do this now? I guess we do. So we go here. Get the Mentat. And we can graft this card to it. So we get all the effects from this. So we are trashing this card for a victory point. We draw a card. We draw a card. We draw an intrigue card. And we are going to get rid of the dagger here. And we got diplomacy. Nice. One more victory point. Somewhere we have to get it. So it must be Bene Gesserit somehow. I don't see how, but... Ah, we do have this one. Right. So we go here or here. We get one influence here. And we do Bene Gesserit. And then we have exactly +2. And actually we have 3 actions, so we only need 2 for that. So we will reach 11. Problem is that he can also reach 11. Yeah, but probably red will win that fight. So Atreides will not get the victory points. I think we have that in the back. No! Grr. He stole my allegiance here. Okay, can we do something against that? Okay, we have to hope that this one is still there. Let's hope that works out. Oh, 9 armies. Okay. Yellow is also going hard for this action. We do have the shifting allegiances here in there. If we draw this one, that would be a big deal. So this one is going to get us 1 draw. So we are going to draw a card. Got the ring, not ideal. We are going to recall. So we get 2 spies. We take 1 in the Bene Gesserit here. And we take the armies here. And turn. Okay. So, if we do this action, we are going to draw 2 cards and we can destroy something. Like the experimentation here. The chances that we get the shifting alliances is 2 out of 7. And then we don't have enough spies unless we go here. Which we... So bad. Okay, we are not going to get 11 here. Okay, so we go here, definitely. We got 10. We have... Ooh! Okay, we're going to keep that in hand, though. We can... Oh, we can throw the dagger away. Yeah, definitely. We got the chair dock again. Local fence. And turn. Okay, where can we make 1 more victory point? We can't become second here. Oh, we can buy 1. I forgot about it. We can buy 1. So we can buy the at the reveal and then it's GG. This one would allow us to even get equal here. Funny. So what do we do with our last action? What do we do with the last action here? We have enough money, so even if we invest 1 here... What would we draw? Wouldn't make a difference. We're not going to get to 18, so... That won't work. So let's go here instead, I guess. Right? Then we would be at 9. Get an intrigue. Maybe the intrigue is something we can use. We are not going to graft here. Deploy units. We just go all in. Doesn't really matter. We do have 9 buying power. Confirm. We can do... We can get 3rd rank, but doesn't matter. So let's just buy an influence. Let's buy it here in the guild. Sadly, we can't get ahead here. We could have used this one as well. Have more than 10 money, get a victory point. That's nice for the end game. But we never had that much money. So... We can be 3rd probably here, but it doesn't matter. We buy... So we reveal now. We buy a victory point. And turn. Have 11. This ends the game. After the last battle here. So he will be able to... he won't win, probably. He might win. Now he has to invest all... No, he will win, probably. Yeah, he might... Unless Red somehow wins that fight. He seriously... He has a card for that. Okay, so that saved my game here. That saved me. It's green might have won because he could have gotten to 12 with all that. Yeah. There we go. I won. That was a close one. A very close one. So leave a like and subscribe if you liked it. Definitely a break from my other campaigns of Terra and Victor, for example. So, yeah. See you in the next time and have fun.